everyone. It is Thursday morning at 9:30 here Central Time, which means it is time for Cotton Cuts to go live. We have a super exciting program for everyone today. We're going to be talking about one of my favorite annual events, Quilt Market, and all the ins and outs that come from that. Usually at the beginning of these videos, since people are still kind of joining in, I like to have my kids tell funny jokes. Unfortunately, we can't pull them out of school for this. So our team put our heads together and we came up with a plan B. So we're going to use the first few minutes of all of these videos to answer questions from our audience. So this is a great opportunity for you to get those burning questions answered. If you want to learn more about anything we've talked about, we can answer your question on our next live. If you have a sewing themed question you would love an answer to, definitely send that our way. If you want to try and stump me, I am game for that as well. If you want to tell a joke, count me in. So I am actually putting on the screen right now a website. And so if you go to this website now, cottoncuts.com/live, you can enter a question. Our team will review all of them and next week we'll answer them. So feel free to, get engaged. You'll get a shout out on the show. It'll be awesome and great. We, as always, love to give stuff away. And so this week we are going to be giving away our latest Java bundle. So Java, as a quick reminder, is our coordinated batiks. You get 12 fat quarter batiks every month. You also get a pencil, a coordinated spool of thread, and a pattern download that you can use to make it. So this month is brown. As you can tell, it's November, so it's themed. The screens look a little not the creamier. It's definitely more brown. I know brown is a divisive color. People either love it or they hate it. And so I am definitely on the not liking brown side. However, I do have a story related to that. I actually one year intentionally chose a green bundle. Green is not my favorite color. I looked in my stash. I have no green. Dominic wanted me to make him a quilt using green and I had none. I didn't realize I didn't like green until that moment. And so I took one of the Java bundles and I challenged myself to make a quilt with it. I wanted to get outside my comfort zone. And wouldn't you know it, that little booger loves that green quilt, that quilt that uses a color that I didn't like, because for me, it was a challenge for me. I enjoyed it. I liked challenging myself, but I also know that it meant more to him because it was something he liked. And I feel like that selfless nature, but everyone won in that situation. So stay tuned, because at the end of the show, we'll tell you how you can win this lovely and either sew with fabrics you love or challenge yourself to make something new that you've never made before. All right. So with that, I would be remiss to say Greta Sobel was our winner last week. She actually run our Rosa's Holiday Your Way countdown box. She gets her choice of 31 batiks or cottons, and that will be delivered to her starting next week. We are in the final countdown, gang. There are not many of these boxes left. If you want to give something for yourself or your quilty bestie, or tell your significant other that this is what you want under the tree this year, days are limited. We also have just a few more left of those mini mysteries. That's my favorite. That one starts shipping November 1st, November 15th. And when you start, you're going to have a complete table runner by December 1st to put on that holiday table. So don't miss out. Those things are in super short supply. Our team is excited. Everything's in the final stages of getting packed up, and we can't wait to deliver these quilty goodnesses to you. All right. So without further ado, we have Quilt Market coming up. I am actually getting on a plane in about an hour and a half. My team knows I like to squeak in at the last minute. And so Quilt Market is a buyer's market. So this is a great opportunity for quilt shop owners and people that are industry professionals to gather with manufacturers and to gather with people offering new and exciting things in the quilting world. This is something that you have to actually have a business license to get into. You have to have a pay stub. It's very regimented. You can't walk off the street to get into it because there's a lot of new and exciting sneak peeks that are being shared that don't necessarily or can't necessarily be spread wide. And they want to make sure that they're hitting the people who are actually buying the things for the quilt shop to educate their customers and the folks that walk in the door. Pre-pandemic, Quilt Market used to happen twice a year. It would happen once in the spring and it would rotate around to different locations. One year it was in St. Louis. We were very fortunate. I could just drive down the road and pop right in. But it was canceled during the pandemic. It was in May, and of course the pandemic started in March, and they have not had a chance to resurrect that again. However, there is another show coming up, which we will talk about this spring, that is looking to take that place, which is absolutely fine and fantastic. But staying on Market, every year, for as long as I can remember, Market's been in Houston. They take over the convention center downtown, and For 1 week, there's Quilt Market. The following week, there's Quilt Festival. 2 weeks, downtown Houston becomes a quilt lovers like paradise. Quilt Market is for all the quilt shop owners. Quilt Festival is for all the quilters. This is a great opportunity to come see one of the largest quilt shows in the United States. I know as other companies have had booths there, they actually bring U-Haul trucks full and bring them in. There is so much to see and do for Quilt Festival. It is awesome. If you've not had a chance to experience that, I strongly recommend it. Going back to Quilt Market. So I love Market. I am always energized and excited to go to Quilt Market and support the people that are there doing new and exciting things for our industry. There's a lot of the same at times, and I know that at Market we get to see really cool, neat things. The first day of Market is something they call Schoolhouse. So this is an opportunity for quilt shop owners to learn about new fabric lines, new notions, new products, new programs, new software. And it is set up such that there are about 6 to 8 sessions that all go on at the same time. And you get to pick and choose which one you want to go to. So say you want to go and learn about the latest ruler, you're going to go to that conference room. But at the same time, there's going to be someone who's going to be doing a new and innovative way of sewing fat quarters together for a quilt. And at the same time, Tula Pink will be talking about her latest collection, Roar. All these sessions go on at the same time, and you have about 5 minutes, and then you go to a whole new set of sessions. The catalog for the things that we get to learn in Schoolhouse is huge. It's over about 120 different programs that we pick and choose from. Now, I can't see all 120 of them, so I always take my team every year. And then in the morning, we strategize and we break up, and we're like, what are the things that we think the cotton cuts community is going to be most interested in seeing? Oh, so Brookside Farm Quilts, you are absolutely right. I'm going to take a moment and pause. So let's talk a little bit about Tula Pink's session. So the organizers of Schoolhouse are real smart. Tula Pink's session is always standing room only. She has amazing products. She has amazing quilts. She's always done really, really cool and inspiring things with her fabric. They put it at the end of the day. These organizers are smart. They know that if they put Tula Pink session in the morning, people would go get lunch and go leave early. So they always put Tula Pink session in the 4 to 4:30 slot to keep you there all day. They're smart people. They're allowed to make good decisions too. Okay. So where was I at? So yes, so we break it up and divide and conquer. And so we don't travel together. We like to break it up and like to learn as much as we possibly can. And then at the end of Schoolhouse, we all gather back together and share everything we've learned. What was something cool that we saw? What was something that we want to learn more about? What is someone we need to follow up with? And that's a good way for us to share that knowledge without having to attend every single session or try to catch it later in the day. So that's fun for us. Then we get kind of that evening is one of the craziest market rituals, which is sample spree. And so this is an opportunity for manufacturers that have fabrics and patterns and pre-release things to have a little bit of, it's literally like a table. The line starts forming about 2.5 hours ahead of when the doors open. And this is what you guys see on Instagram all the time, where like the crowds come rushing in, elbows are thrown. I mean, it is a crazy mad dash for fabric. Never have I ever in my entire life seen anything like it. But it's all those quilt shop owners that are going out there and trying to get you the latest and greatest stuff so they can bring it back to their shop. And it's an interesting kind of, as a quilt shop owner, it's an interesting dynamic because we have access to all these fabrics, yet when there's sample spree involved, we like to go and we get to be a customer, right? We get to be a consumer, which is not something that we often get to do. And we get to buy for ourselves, which is absolutely fun. So Brookside, I see you. The sample spree is better than last year. I think every year they learn and they do it a little differently because it is a little bit of a challenge. But I would say, by and large, it's fun. It's exciting. You get to see people. And to me, in this crowd situation, we're all on the same team. And like you get a chance to meet so many people like, hey, can you hand me back that Moda fabric? Hey, no problem at all. Pass it back. Hey, no problem at all. Pass it back. So it's a fun little kind of community event, as well as all the crazy things you see on social media. And then on Saturday, Sunday, and on Monday, that's when the big kind of quilt market happens. And so that's when we have the big convention center. All companies have booths. So all the Moda, all the manufacturers have booths, and you get to see the latest and greatest fabric collections you can buy directly from your sales rep. My favorite part is seeing the tiny booths of the people doing something new. These are the people who are putting themselves out there. They want to try something new, and they want to tell us about it. And those are the people that I am there to see. And those are the people I spend the most time with, because those are the people that are thinking about quilting differently than the people think about it today. And that's the people that I want to support. That's the people I want to share with you. And that's why we go. And so it's 2.5 days. And every day we walk the show floor and we're tired. And then we get back together and we share everything we've learned. And we make a list of like, oh my gosh, I missed that. Hey, I want to go see them tomorrow. Oh my gosh, I missed that. And I want to see them tomorrow. And that's the collective power of taking the team with me, is we get to all see these things. We all see things differently. You know, you're walking down an aisle, and if there's a booth that's really busy, you might not get to see it. And so that's why we go, right? Because we want to make sure we're seeing everything. We want to make sure we're not missing anything. And we want to make sure that when we're looking at the next year for our customers, for our members, that we're actually making the best decisions for them, and we're seeing everything that there is to see. And then we get to come home, and then we spend 3 days sleeping. It is such fun and inspiring time every day, every time I've gone, and I've gone every year for the past 7 years. I haven't missed any Houston markets, and I went to all the spring ones they had. Every day I take a notebook filled with notes, and I'll have a conversation with Allison Glass, and we'll talk about a collaboration project, and I'll just take the notes and write it down. And it's one of these, I still refer to my market notebook from a year ago, because there are so many rich and awesome ideas in there. And me, I come back energized and excited. And I love being able to pass that energy and excitement on to you guys. So on our social media for the next 3 to 4 days, you're going to see photos of all the things we're seeing. We're going to give you, it's almost like you're going to be there. We're going to have videos, we're going to have boomerangs, we'll have photos. Follow us on all of our social media. We're going to get it to the team that's going to be here, and they're going to be posting them. So we're going to try and make it as interactive as possible. If you guys have questions or things you want us to see or share, definitely put them in the comments wherever you are. In order for us to know who it is, you need to accept those StreamYard terms and conditions, just like always. But put it in the comments, and we'll get it, and we'll tag you in the story, so that way you'll know that we're out there looking for you and trying to make the best decisions we can for Cotton Cut. All right. So I know, yes, so every year that we're in Houston, there's World Series, and Minute Maid Park is right next to the convention center. So every year it's this interesting mix of like quilters and baseball fans. So yeah, so that's always a fun little dynamic in the streets. Last year, our team, there was actually an Indian wedding going on right in front of the convention center, and they had a giant horse and an elephant. So you just never know what you're going to see in Houston. All things to go, and it's always fun. Okay. So to our giveaway, so we have these lovely brown batiks from our Java. Java boxes are going to ship on November 10th. We are going to give away one Java box that will ship on November 10th to the person who comments on whatever platform you are on, and tell us about a time you made a project that challenged you and you were happy with the outcome, just like I did, the green quilt that I made for Dominic, and I was happy with the outcome. If you are watching us on a StreamYard, you have to accept those terms and conditions for us to be able to know who it is. We will have 24 hours. So if you're watching this on a replay later, if you're at work or busy on an airplane going to market, I get it. Go ahead and leave your comment, and our team will pick one random winner tomorrow morning by 9:30. All right. That's it. So be sure to join us next week. We will have another great program. We'll talk a little bit about a quilt market recap, but we're going to be on to new things. Like I said in previous lives, we've got a lot of fantastic, new, awesome things coming here at Cotton Cuts. I was actually, I had a live with some customers 2 weeks ago and showed them one of our newest Design Your Own Quilt programs, and they were over the moon, peachy keen, happy to see it. And so I can't wait to share that with you all. That's all. My team is going to monitor the comments, and if you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day. Bye now.